Cool. So there you are. You're sitting on a beach. Nice, beautiful white sand. Waves splashing on the shore. You're sitting there with your sunglasses on, your tanning oil on, sucking down a Corona. And all of a sudden, you get hungry. So you look around, you snap your fingers. Through the sand comes this little waiter running, just humping it through the sand. Nice little tray up there with a napkin over your food. Stops up front of you, leans over and takes off the napkin. And to your dismay, it's a peanut butter and jelly fucking sandwich.
PBJ.
Where are you?
You're at Fyre-fest, dude.
That's where you're at. So
the Burning Man of fails.
I'm telling you. So this is a story we've been looking at for a while, and we've been watching it, and I just look at this and I go that P.T. Barnum was absolutely right.
Yeah.
There is a sucker born every minute of the day. I mean, it's a festival that was billed itself as the Burning Man meets Coachella in the Bahamas.
Right.
You know, and honestly, who wouldn't fall for that? I mean, anything that Ja Rule is a part of
sounds wonderful.
Sounds like it'd be a good time because there's the music connections, the rap, all the stuff like that. And then who's the guy that was the main money guy?
Yeah, Billy McFarland.
Billy McFarland.
But he's a rapper and he's all about making that paper.
Making that paper. That's right. So yeah, so we're gonna talk a little bit about that. I think it's kind of funny because would you pay to go do something like that?
Oh, up front, sure.
Would you?
I mean, especially anything Ja Rule's involved in.
So they found what they did. I guess the way I'm looking at this, they found an island that Pablo Escobar.
Yeah, that was the
island.
There's your clue one. It's where you're headed.
Yeah, so they were going to an island. Well, it had infrastructure.
It did.
It had a runway and it had some buildings on it.
That cocaine's not going to land itself,
right? So I'm not
exactly.
really. Yeah, I'm not really good on those specifics of all the dealings that went down, but I know that they decided, hey, you know what? We want to do something for our group. Because, you know, Instagram is a big part of their world. Mm-hmm. And they're all Instagramming back and forth. And they start putting this project together. So he's got money he's putting into it. They're raising money for it. It was originally supposed to be a small gathering of, 800 or 1,000 people.
Right.
Yeah.
You know it was going to be an MTV special at some point. It was geared for that.
Yeah.
So I never got to see really who was in the musical lineup. But
it changed from what I understood. It was constantly changing.
The one that hung in my head was Blink 182 was on the bill, and I was like, "Fuck, what is this, like 2003?"
Right.
Holy shit, Blink 182.
Right.
They haven't been relevant since 1998.
Shit.
Yeah. So I've just kind of pulled up a quick list of all the musicians that were supposed to be there.
When you're wondering how that list got made, I'm wondering if this dude called people up and they're like, yeah, sure, I'll be there.
I bet you a lot
Don't ever let that guy call back again.
I bet you a lot of the conversations were like that.
It's what when you watch.
Hey, I'm going to get back to you, man.
So what they did is they went down there and they got a bunch of Instagram models together.
Right.
Radikowski and some other Emily Radikowski and some other Instagram models. And they went down there and they shot a bunch of promo videos.
That's how you whitewash this shit.
Absolutely. You just get some hot Instagram chicks. I mean, we're looking at pictures of them right now. And I would go to an island.
That would definitely make me go to the island.
I would go to the island and meet girls like that if I was a young millennial. I mean, shit. If I got a couple $1,000 laying around.
Well, and that's the thing is are you, if you work like at 7-Eleven and you save up all your fucking money to go get on a plane to go to an island because you think you're going to hang out with one of these fucking supermodels, you're goddamn delusional. You just don't know it.
The guy knew his audience and he knew how to market.
Oh, absolutely.
He definitely knew how to market the audience.
Well, and the thing is because they were using all these YouTube, all these influencers from Instagram, YouTube, you know, all the people who have a name somewhere in the social media world, just basically taking advantage of their audience to bring people to this island.
Well, what I thought was funny during the documentary, the professionals that they were hiring, the guys, the media managers, were basically saying these guys are either they're geniuses or they're crooks.
Yeah,
they were, the jury was out, but they were going to ride along to get the paycheck. The line that got me was the one that Ja Rule laid down on everybody. I had to look this one up again so I could say it right. He says to live like movie stars, party like rock stars, fucking like porn stars.
Yeah,
that was a selling point.
That was his tagline.
Yeah, that's how you sell it.
That was their tagline, and up to $250,000 a ticket. Yeah. And the way $250,000 a ticket.
Your 7-Eleven kid wasn't going to buy that ticket.
That was for
sure.
that was for the luxury.
Oh yeah, the
suite.
luxury. Yeah, that's when you're staying in
right.
the suites and all.
So
that
what
stuff.
they build it as, they build those suites. You could buy these exclusive suites, and there was only a handful of those, and the rest of them were what they called tiger tents,
right?
Which were luxury tents that were strolled up for everybody to stay in these tents.
Later to be recognized as like R. Kelly playpens.
Yeah. Well, yeah. So it's kind of funny because this guy, this McFarlane had the Magnus, the
Magnesis,
Magnesis
black card
for millennials. I mean, so the guy was kind of a dreamer, right? So I mean, he's sitting here and he's dreaming up this huge Fyre-fest. I mean, I get the appeal of it. I really do.
Yeah.
I think that, when you're looking for the next Woodstock,
right.
Because Coachella is a big deal and Burning Man is a big deal. But what's funny, when you watch Burning Man evolve from what the original...
It was never supposed to be what it is now.
It was never supposed to be.
It's commercialized. Yeah. It was anti-commercial that's been commercialized.
Right. It was about purists that wanted to express art at a festival unencumbered with no corporate sponsorship, none of this stuff.
On heavy pharmaceutical.
Big time.
Pharmaceutical grade.
Oh, that place. If you've ever seen the HBO special on Burning Man, you need to watch that. That's actually very interesting because that original group broke up.
Yeah.
They fought.
They fought over it so bad it split the original group right down the middle. It split
the original group because it started out as our festival for us to go do our things.
Right.
And then it turned into everybody was fighting for tickets.
Right.
I mean, that's pretty bad when you have a festival of hippies that get scalp tickets,
exactly.
Man. I mean, it really is.
Where the hippies are now fighting.
Yeah, the hippies are now fighting. So that's just it goes to
capitalist
show,
hippies.
Well, it goes to show what social media does.
Yeah.
It really does. It takes you down because social media, if you manage it correctly, does great things for you.
Sure.
But if it gets out of hand and it takes on its own life, this is what starts happening. This great disaster that this guy's going to go to prison for. Because he's going to prison.
Yeah.
Oh, there's no way.
I actually think
it's scam all the way.
I think at this time he may be.
Is he already in?
Yeah.
So it's really, I mean, like I said, they did a great job of packaging it. I mean, we're sitting here looking at the artwork for this thing. There's girls on jet skis. There's girls
drinking a Mai Tai.
Mai Tais on the beach. And I mean, these are beautiful girls. But what was funny is, so they spent months running these promos. But they decided to up the game and they brought in one of the Jenners.
Yeah.
So was it Kylie? Yeah, they're Kendall.
Kendall, yeah.
So they brought in Kendall Jenner and they paid her how much to do that?
$250,000.
So you guys,
the price of a top end ticket
to say something about the festival.
Just to do a little promo. So this is how if you wonder how the Kardashians get rich,
this is it.
This is it. They're
so
capitalizing.
Stop giving them fucking money.
Yeah, just quit. Get off of Twitter.
God,
get off Instagram.
I mean, she could have lowered. They could have lowered their standards a little bit and went and got like Paris. She could have said, "Yeah, I'm gonna go. It's hot."
Right.
Actually, if you think about it, she probably would have been a more appropriate spokesperson.
Well, you just give her some weed and she's ready to go.
Yeah. Right. No doubt. Well, so they raised shit tons of money through donations.
Yeah.
Nonprofit organizations were donating to this, and they were selling off VIP passes like crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, here's a wristband for what, 100,000, whatever the number was they're putting on it. So they're taking all this money in up front.
I can't even imagine anybody paying $100,000 for something like this.
Oh,
But the best part is when they show up and it's like, we're gonna give you malaria and some tents.
Yeah.
That's the best part of it.
It went from Fyre Festival to Survivor.
Exactly. That's the best part. And if they would have filmed it and rebuild it.
Yeah. See, I think they should have had Mark Burnett should have been involved.
Right.
The guy that did Survivor.
Right.
Okay, and they should have taken Bachelor.
It'd be funny if they filmed it like a Blair Witch Project.
Yeah, that's what
exactly.
That's it. You take
missed opportunities.
Yeah, you take Bachelor and Survivor.
Right.
And you make a mashup of that.
Run them
shit
together.
Oh, that would be cool because you paid to be here.
Exactly.
Okay, you paid to be here. Now run.
We just dropped a boatload of pygmy cannibals on the other side of the island.
Right. Richard Simmons could be the motivational speaker. He'd come in and coach them.
As you're flying away, that's what you tell them. Oh my God. Hey, just don't get eaten.
The plane. Look, it's the plane.
The plane.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I mean, it to me, it just goes to show that capitalism is definitely alive and well in this country. And if you promote it on social media, they will run to it.
Oh,
now
to it.
this guy, the Andy King.
Andy King.
That's the dude who basically was told, in order to make this thing, when they had to release the water, basically you're gonna have to go take one for the team. You're gonna have to go suck a dick.
Yeah.
And this dude
was gonna do it.
This dude's older than I am.
Yeah.
And I'm like, man, have you reached a point in your career when you're fucking agreeing to go suck a dick?
Yeah. To get water?
To get water?
Yeah.
No, not in any lifetime would I ever say, yeah, that's okay.
But you can cut to a commercial break and probably make $1 million on the ad.
Yeah.
That's true. That's very true.
Will he or will he not? You leave it on the cliffhanger.
The cliffhanger is will he or will he not?
I think you do it even better. You do it like Dancing with the Stars, and you vote: does he suck it or does he not suck it?
We'll be back after this word from Cheerios.
Text 1-800-6969. Will he do it? I mean, honestly. This to me is just it writes itself.
It does.
I mean, there's so much going on. I mean, they threw out names, man. I mean, Blink 182, Disclosure, Migos, Little Yachty, Matoma, Claptone, Ten Snake, Daniel Cowell, Lovecraft, Lee Burridge,
now
and other acts from the Pirate Cove EDM stage.
EDM stage. That's EDM alone tells me everything.
Yeah.
But with all the different industries that they tapped in to make this kind of go off, because they created an app for all this stuff. I mean, they tapped into everything that they know that their target audience looks
uses.
at.
It's what they're using.
So I'm going to give them an app. I'm going to give them their favorite social media influencer who's going to be there. So it's like
that had to be a badass app. This is where you get your peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
Yes.
It's funny because they weren't even on the Pablo Escobar Island.
No.
They lost the right to use that island. They missed. Remember that?
Oh,
they
really?
got the local government said screw this.
No.
This isn't working. They had to scramble to find another island.
Your check bounced.
That's why the guy was going to take one for the team.
Yeah.
Because the infrastructure was. They interviewed the caterer. She was a really sweet lady.
Yep.
I was watching her. She was like all excited about this whole thing, and they stiffed her.
They did.
They literally stiffed her with the bill, man.
The caterer?
Yeah.
She had to tap in all her savings, but like when they were relying on these influencers to church up this whole experience. And the first thing I'm thinking is, I mean, this better be a badass experience, because the very thing that you're hoping for could end up blowing up in your face. And these guys, just as easily as they could have written a great review about this thing, they're going to tell people how fucking shitty how shitty it is.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure.
So when I was talking to my buddy about this, and you hear with all the videos that were out there, and hearing people complain about the conditions and stuff, and he's like, they were complaining about the peanut butter and jelly sandwich or sleeping in a tent.
Yeah.
And the thing is they had the option to fucking leave and go to an airport.
Yeah.
And leave. So I'm really it was sort of like penal colony conditions.
Right.
But you're still subjecting yourself to it.
But with frequent flyer miles.
Right.
They could fucking leave. They could fucking leave.
Well, we sat there.
We just kept hoping we'd get better.
Yeah. We were watching the documentary, and there's a lady.
Is this the
mom with the kids?
Yes, the single mom.
Yeah, the single mom with these kids, and she was just going to go out there and just leave the kids with a family member, I guess, or a friend.
Yeah, I still was unclear about that.
Fly out there, right? So it's funny. So there's pretty well documented on the internet. You can go on and find some of the stories, but these people are talking about so when they land and they look around, they go, "Wait a minute, this is just a gravel field."
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, there's no
banners. There's no hotel with the sprinklers or the waterfall going on.
There's no luxury tents.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, we saw some pictures. It looked like those Easy Up pop-ups that you
Exactly.
buy for
Academy.
Yeah, $14.99 in Academy that you sit there and watch your kids play soccer in. Right.
Now, one thing I got introduced to in one of those videos that I'd never heard before was the term called glamping. And I was like, what the fuck is glamping?
Yeah, glamping's been around a while.
Glamorous camping? Are
yeah.
you fucking kidding me?
Right.
I was like, what is the goddamn point?
So that all got
California.
started. Well, it got all started in Africa and Australia and places like that. What they do is
okay.
you go out there and they have these beautiful canvas tents all set up like Tommy Bahama style.
Right.
More dark continent shit.
Yeah, more dark continent shit going on. You know, we'll give you a beautiful tent, but the chances of getting eaten by a tiger or lion are pretty fucking high.
Yeah.
You know? So we got a guy sitting here with a gun just in case, but, you know, yeah.
We needed to make it just as dangerous.
Yeah, just as dangerous for you, you know. It's all part of the atmosphere. It's part of the package, you know. People, I don't know. People watch Jumanji and they expect the jungle to be like Jumanji, right? You know. But
Where's the Rock? Come save me, Rock!
It's funny. So these people are walking around going, "Shit, there's nothing here." This Pablo Escobar definitely wasn't here. They didn't even know that they had to change it because they were like halfway into construction of the tents on the other island when the government booted them off.
Right.
They had to move up the chain of islands. That's what it was.
Well, it was actually Pablo with two O's.
It was the second
Not the
cousin
one you're
once
thinking
removed.
of.
Yeah. So no vendors were there. There was no stages there.
Coke didn't make it.
They showed up. There was no transportation to get them from A to Z. Not even a donkey tied
Fanta.
to
They didn't even have Fanta.
No sun-kissed,
nothing. Nothing.
It's terrible.
No Starbucks. I mean, honestly, when you made the reference to the Blair Witch Project earlier, it was pretty much like that.
Yeah.
I mean, imagine. Remember the
That
wild
would've been
pigs?
far more
Snot bubbles
entertaining.
and crying. That's all that was going on in a tent.
They had a promo video of. They had a video of girls playing on the beach with
smell of urine everywhere.
So it's like downtown Tucson, Arizona. It's a
Yeah.
homeless colony.
It's like being in L.A.
It's a homeless colony. Yeah, I left this shit in Venice. Why did I fly out here for it?
I just could have went to San Francisco.
It's like having home only here.
I'm telling you. Yeah, I mean, it was. They had this video of these girls swimming on the beach with these pigs.
Yeah.
And these cleaned up. Remember that they showed the pigs playing on the beach.
The one that you and I were talking about is not part of.
No, they had a video of them with pigs on the beach on this.
But the one that we were talking about didn't have the model getting bit on the ass.
No. These are pigs swimming in the water. So when they get there, can you just imagine? You see this? Oh, it's pigs, right? You get there and there's a bunch of feral hogs.
Yeah.
Oh my God! It's
Just rooting the ground up.
Somebody go catch lunch.
it's a fish pig. It's a fish pig.
Just ripping the shit out of the ground.
Oh, that's awesome.
Tearing it up. One dude runs off there and the hog drags him off into the woods.
I thought we were supposed to cuddle with those.
Those are our therapy pigs.
Yeah, therapy pigs.
Oh, that's what it is. Who brought the therapy pigs?
You just got to go catch your own therapy.
We said get
man.
the calm ones, not the ones from the Bronx.
Exactly.
You know? I mean, damn. So these millennials, the kids that can't change tires, can't shift a gear in a car, don't know how to put batteries in a flashlight,
Are now stuck in a tent with
I'm
no
telling
water.
you, now one
in
of
the
these
heat.
guys, I didn't know this because I didn't recognize anybody that was there.
Well, why would we, right?
So, is a player on the Baylor collegiate basketball team who's going to be in the draft.
Right.
So I was like, oh my God, you're tied in with this shit. Are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah.
But I was like, okay, as a collegiate player, I guess if you earn money through this thing, I was like, I guess.
Well, yeah,
you
got
gotta
sponsorship.
You got to earn money some way. But I was
Right.
like, man, this is definitely high profile. So if you're about to go into sort of a high profile league, I guess this is one way to do it.
Well, yeah, and you need that money because if you can't throw that 360 dunk down, you're going to need to be a doctor at some point.
No shit.
Right. So they had, they had Miami Dolphins All-Pro safety Mike Thomas, professional server Anastasia Ashley. I mean, they spent a lot of money. So here's what's funny about professional promoters. They're smart enough to get their money up front.
Right.
Yeah.
You pay them. When it clears PayPal, I'm on the plane. Okay, so a lot of people got paid. Okay, a lot of people got paid. The people that got ripped off were the people that actually showed up.
Yeah.
It's funny. I mean, this is a timeline that anybody can look up on the internet. And I mean, my God, it is like, this alone would get you convicted. This is enough testimony right here. Who needs to see anything else other than that?
Yeah, if you're looking for some kind of background on, because isn't Ja Rule now talking about
he wants to do it again. He wants to do another one.
Yeah, part 2.
Because everybody's smart and they're stupid enough to do it the first time.
Because so there's this. Remember, I was telling you there's this other podcast out there called. So we always talk about Drinking Brothers every once in a while. So there is a other podcast out there that's by these guys, and they call themselves Drinking Champs or Champions or whatever.
Well, they didn't rip anything off.
Yeah, no, that's what I was like, man. So they had an interview with Ja Rule. Oh my God, that is
delectable. We're looking at some of the meal preparation here. It's some
it's 2 pieces of dried out brown bread
with some lettuce. It looks like it's set out in the sun. It looks like it's been through a Chinese customs inspection.
Right.
Yeah.
And then 2 pieces of cheese you peel the plastic off of.
That's great.
So they interviewed Ja Rule, and he's remaining entirely blameless in this whole thing.
I'm Ja Rule.
And he's talking about he's talking about this guy who kind of he's laid it all on that.
Of course he is. Yeah, of course he is.
Well, pretty soon it'll be racism. Just give it a little bit, and it was a racist act.
Yeah. God forbid you say that he had anything to do with it. It was, you're telling me this because I'm black.
That's security. We're looking at the security. It's
secure lockers.
Wow.
Somewhere there's a freaking bowling alley missing some lockers.
Exactly. Hey man, anybody seen my ball? Sorry, it's down in the Bahamas, dude.
This is bizarre. So here's the that's what they sold on the brochure. That's what they got when they showed up.
It looks like something out of Hawaii Five-0.
I'm telling you, yeah. And then the rest, it looks like a crime scene. Like
the next one
looks
is
like
Mogadishu.
I was going to say,
it's like he landed in Mogadishu, not
that
the
bottom
Bahamas.
one looks like an abandoned drive-in theater.
I know, right? Yeah.
Concentration camp. I've seen concentration camps.
Look at those geotents in the background.
It does. Yeah. It looks like something that you would run into if you were fleeing a dictator and you showed up and the UN had set up a place for you.
There's all the pallets of all the shit wrapped up in plastic that never got open.
Good Lord.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing. And then they weren't people like phoning out?
Yeah.
And saying we are stranded on this island.
If they could get a signal.
Yeah.
On top of all that.
So
where's Marianne and Ginger?
So here's a I think this is Twitter, I believe. Yeah. So there's a Twitter message coming up right here. It's about the flights. Let's see, where did it go? So the flights were canceled.
Right.
So all flights now are canceled from Miami. Festival likely canceled. Empty planes now flying from Miami in a rescue mission.
And really, the only reason they were able to do that is because people who were on the ground there found a signal and said, "Hey, stop sending fucking planes here."
That's funny.
There's nothing here.
So Fyre-fest is a complete disaster, mass chaos. No organization, no one knows where to go, no villas, just a disaster tent city.
That's awesome.
Damn. So I know who. You know what? The governor of Puerto Rico was running this.
There you go.
That's what happened.
Genius.
That's what happened because that chick was the one that ran off with all the money after the hurricane.
That's right.
Well, she couldn't run far because she's on an island, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's what happened. So FEMA could have done a better job of organizing this.
Yeah.
No shit. FEMA probably should have been in charge.
Yeah, they should have been in charge of this because holy crap. Yeah, that he's doing hard time.
I mean, they know how to do fucking tent cities.
I'm telling you they do.
That's a badass looking tent city they got going.
I like that security lockers. That shit's funny.
Just hanging out.
Oh man, can you imagine the entertainers that go, God, I'm glad I didn't show up to this.
Yeah.
I mean, literally.
They probably came in on like the private planes.
Yeah.
They turned around.
So they looked down. We don't even have to put landing gear out. I'm going to walk up to the cab and say, circle the fuck around.
Yeah. Turn this bird.
Back.
We're going back.
All you need is Google Earth.
Yeah.
Just Google Earth it.
Yeah.
I mean, and you would go, holy crap. There's the class action lawsuit. Second of them. Third set of attendees filing class action lawsuits. Negligence, fraud, violation of consumer protection law.
So what is currently out there right now about this?
So let's see. Let me backtrack.
Because I mean this, like recently that Andy King guy, I mean he showed up because the Netflix special came out.
Yeah.
And so everybody wants to fucking see the old man say, "Fuck yeah, I'll suck a dick."
Yeah.
Which I was like, man, are you really kidding me? You turn that on so you can see something like that?
I'm
Doesn't it
telling
go
you.
back though to what we just talked about watching the train wreck?
Yeah.
We do.
fucking dumpster fire.
Exactly.
I'm telling you, I think they would have made more money on the call-in vote. Should he suck it? Should he not suck it?
Yeah,
I think that would have been
totally. I mean, they were. This is what you call missed opportunity.
Now, if they had filmed this entire thing and people would have bought the video or the DVD of this thing, you'd have made more money just filming this fucking catastrophe,
right?
Than actually putting the actual event on.
Yeah, exactly. I'd buy a copy. I'd spend $39.95 to watch.
No
that.
shit.
So Ja Rule's taking a beating here. So he's talking about
the dumb motherfucker went on Twitter to defend himself. Are you kidding me?
Did you part two?
Yeah, no doubt. So it's like, everybody's like, yeah, you went from Fyre-fest being your vision at 10:23, and I am watching the docs in awe at 12:39 p.m. as if you had no idea what took place.
Yeah,
see, man, because he's in all the videos and all the meetings.
Oh,
yeah, because there's a recorded conversation. I don't think he was in the room, but his voice is clearly over the speaker in the room saying, "Hey, I forget how he said it."
Oh, he did cut that dude off. I saw that.
Yeah,
I heard that. Yeah,
I'm trying to remember how he said
keep
it.
selling those tickets.
Keep selling them.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because the guy said this looks like deceptive trade practice, or something along those lines. Like, well, I don't know about deceptive trade practice.
Yeah,
it may be this other thing, which I'm like
fraudulent.
Fuck.
He said fraudulent, not
like,
deceptive.
I don't know about fraud.
That's some Shapiro lawyer back there giving him
any
hands.
undesirable thing that I don't want to happen to me. Any degree of it, I still don't want to fucking happen to me.
Dude, that's funny. I'm telling you, this is crazy. How many people bamboozled though? What, 3,300 or 5,000?
You're right at 5,000.
There's supposed to be 800, and they just said, "Hey, let's just bring in 5,000."
The
Right?
silver lining, hopefully, is that somebody walks away from this thing, and whenever they see another event, they're gonna go, "Yeah, fucking right," and they come up with their own metrics of here's how I'm going to test or to verify this thing is actually going to go off.
So I think the credibility of those events is going to come down to the organizers. Literally, somebody that's already done this before, somebody that has a name that can come in and put a process to it. I mean, to me, you sit there and you watch these things come together, and when you see this McFarland guy, and you see a guy like Ja Rule that are running it, and you don't really see anybody ahead of the herd, like a management firm that's done this before.
You've got this.
Well, what
this
you should
scam
do,
artist and a guy who used to run a fucking corner.
What you should do is just go dig one of those disgruntled hippies up that's a turned capitalist that ran the Burning Man.
Right.
And say, hey,
the guys
here's
from
a new
Burning Man,
opportunity.
The guys from Burning Man step in to show them how to make Fyre-fest go off.
Exactly.